folks, I'm excited to tell you about my new sponsor, Black Bull Markets. They are based here in New Zealand, and they're a New Zealand regulated broker who offers up to 500 to 1 leverage and over 26,000 tradable instruments. You can trade Forex, shares, commodities, indices, crypto, and they're an award-winning brokerage firm here in Asia Pacific with dedicated 24/7 client support and no minimum deposit. To trade with Black Bull Markets today, click the link in the description below or in the card above.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear what I'm saying. And I'm also going to just put some music in the background quickly. I'm just going to put it like maybe, let's say 10%. There we go. All right, so we've got some music on. And again, we're back here today with our analysis and or trade, depending on what happens. And so, first things first, we're going to do our normal check through. Thank you for the claps. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And let me actually just pull that up in the comments quickly. It's actually washing hands. Love it. Love it. First one. Yes, you are. Good afternoon, Don. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you here. It's weird. I've only done 2 streams and I already feel like everyone here is family. So it's amazing. I'm loving the community. It's a really, really good little vibe that's happening. You are amazing. Amazing. Okay, good. Now, first things first, again, we're gonna go and check what news is coming out today. We'll get into our analysis. And while that happens, I'll just pull up the chart on DXY. Okay, so today, what do we have? There's nothing much happening. Factory orders, and that's happening at 2 o'clock my time. So that's in 2 hours. So right now it is 8 o'clock, so news is coming out at 10 basically. And it's only medium news. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I analyze CHFJPY? You see, I've kind of specialized in the crosses with USD. When it comes to Forex and also when it comes to the US 500. So let me just reset this quickly. Reset this. I'm going to do a whole analysis today as well, so I'm going to actually go through this and I'm going to delete all of the stuff. Oh yeah, if you took the other day when I ended the stream, as you can see, all the stuff here, I marked it out as we went up into here and started going over. So let's pull this back, pull it over, and you'll see. And I literally, the very last thing I said was that I would like to see price basically come down, and either it's going to go to the consequent encroachment of this electronic trading hours and normal hours, or it's going to go to full, which is going past this section right here on the sell side liquidity over there, because of those nice equal lows that were dropped just right there. Just zoom into that and you'll be able to see that right there. And so the time that I was trading was here. That was my little time point. But it kind of didn't pan out at the time that I wanted, so I wasn't able to get in. Ultimately though, price did, and I said that the very last thing that that I would like to see is that for the trend line traders is basically, as soon as this was broken, that's your point to get in. And if you got in from that point and just drag it out, to the side. If you got in at that point, on what's it called? In the Asian session, you would have got in for a massive, massive trade, which is all the way down to the floor over here, which has in of itself created a beautiful level for us to monitor coming up. Now, I'm actually just going to remove all of this stuff quickly, because what we want to do is we want to go beginning, as always. Analysis needs to come from the top down. So we're going to go into our big levels, and I've already actually pulled up the weekly gaps and stuff that we look at, but not just the 5 minutes. I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to pull up the 1 day. Let's see where price is of the daily. I'm just going to do this, decouple it, make it bigger, because what we want to see is all the little fair value balances and all those little goodies that are inside. Where are we right now in price? So obviously, if we were to go higher, there's a little bit of consolidation here. If we were to go higher, you have this level here, which is huge. That's what we're aiming for. You can do your consequent encroachment 50% of that gap right there, kind of ish around that area. And then lower term time frame, we're looking at this point right here. I'll just change that color. Okay, that is like short-term high liquidity. If it's pushing, which it seems to be pushing, it's going up. But just like I said on the last stream, we have our wick, and 50% of that wick is again consequent encroachment, which just got tapped in. Let me just make sure it's perfect. So we're going to just draw a fib onto that. Spot on, 50% like woo, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we just stepped into that and then went all the way down. Now, coming down like this, there is a target point, and this is drawn out. This is the imbalance that it targeted and went up. And then below that, we also have this volume imbalance right here. So those are basically the two main points, unless it wants to just cascade down all the way down into this volume imbalance right here, or this fair value gap over here. So this in of itself is a fair value gap, and this over here is a big volume imbalance. And we have, this will still continue to be traded to, so that's a volume imbalance, and that is a volume imbalance. Now going on the buy side, just above this wick, why this is important is because we have this volume imbalance which has not been traded to fully. So you see that volume imbalance, price over here was very, very sneaky. So it came into consequent encroachment right there, and a little bit above. So there's a nice little trick you can do is if you have 50%, which is right over here, in the middle of that volume imbalance. Now you can take your fib and you can draw 50% from here to here. And I'm telling you right now that that 50% will be perfectly where that candle came up to. Let me just remove this. Almost. Almost, it's so close. So you can do that for both sides of it. This one over here, and we're putting over here. There we go. Nice. Now we have your four sectors in here. So 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25%. Didn't quite reach this one. So I'm just going to keep that there. I'm going to remove, actually I'm going to keep that there as well. Where I would like price to go, ultimately, is right here on the buy side. If it's going up, that's the target. It's going to be coming up into this point here to then continue on where it has to, where it wants to go and needs to go. This little volume balance as well, it got traded too, but it hasn't been, basically the market hasn't been as efficient yet in that level. And above that, no, I don't see anything above that apart from these two equal highs over here. But that is long term. I'm actually quite bullish right now on dollar. but I am still, that being said, I am expecting price to, obviously, as price does, it goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. So every day is a different bias. Okay, so that's basically DXY done. And looking at the 1 minute over here, let's put up a weekly gap. So we have a nice little weekly gap. My weekly gaps are in white. My daily gaps are in yellow. Also, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the 11, open there. For that, right over here, that open there. We're there yet? Not quite. Okay, so we're still in a little bit of a range. So let's pull that back, pull this down. It's a daily. I'm actually going to change that to the 15 minute to make sure that we know where we are in price. Okay, lovely, lovely. Let's move on to the US 500. Same thing. Basically, I'm just going to remove everything over here and reset the chart and see where we are in price. Okay, now again, let's go to the daily. What are we looking at here? Okay, now this is interesting. Same thing as it's been before. This price, this is my draw point on US 500. I would want it to come up. Obviously, it's going to have to make its way somehow to get there. But this is a massive draw because price has not filled in this gap yet over here. So that right there is price filling in the gap if it does come in and close that. If I pull up institutional level, again, it's just above the 4080. Again, this is US 500, so it's not the contract that, let's say, ICT uses or any of that. Weekly levels. We have weekly opening gaps, volume balances, all that happening over here. That hasn't been filled either. Okay, now pulling just hiding all of that so that we can do our analysis again. Coming down here, we've just opened this. Last week was like a little bit of an expansion week, and we have our next candle. So this ultimately is forming up to be a fractal, because we have a higher low, a lower low, and a higher low next to it. So those three candles act as a fractal, and because this candle here has broken the highs of these two candles, ultimately weekly, it looks like it can go up, but it has to still come down and fill this area here. So we have to, let me just take this, all that there. We have a gap right now that we're currently in. If you see right there, from opening price there, closing price there and opening price here, there's a bit of a gap there, and that's annotated as the weekly gap. Lovely. Okay, now this is buy side weekly gaps, and sell side. Look at the last 3 days. We're going up. I have a feeling that we are going to be quite bearish. It's going to be a bit up wonky, because again, Monday is always a weird day, and we know it's a weird day, so we treat it as such. I'm just checking this quickly. The middle of this candle right over here. Yeah. Put that on the charts quick. There we go. Done. Okay, so we have this. Come in. Beautiful. There's a big fair value gap over here, just above there. You can see where price order flow is going. So we've just come down, and where's it going to? It's going higher. Looks like it wants to go higher. What else looks like it wants to go higher? I don't know. I'm on Wow, I just got a whole bunch of things. What do you mean too many lines? It looks like it's too many lines, but it's not actually. What, I've got 2 lines in the chart. Way too many. Oh, way too many. Okay, now coming into today again. Today I feel like right now we're going into the open in an hour and 14 minutes with this weekly opening gap over here. Let me actually just bring that up. Too many lines. I love it. Yeah, I'll put everything of mine on the line. So what happens is all of this is just checking different levels. Yeah. That's all it is you have the higher institutional levels and all that kind of stuff, and all I do is I just check it and then I make it go away. Right over here, make that go away if I need to. But this gives me an interesting point as to where price goes to and can bounce from. So let me remove that for you. Ultimately, I am like I said, I'm kind of bearish. I have a feeling that if I'm looking over here, the Asia over here on US 500 set up these beautiful equal highs right over here. Okay. Now, if I delve into the 1 minute chart at that price point, okay, let's go even further, even further, even further. 1 minute. We also have equal highs just on top of this. So I would look at that and think, well, that's kind of interesting. We also have equal highs right here. You can like see it everywhere. So what does price do? Excuse me. Price goes up, creates equal highs, goes down, creates equal highs. These equal highs right over here got snapped by that price action over there. And looking at this going on the downside, if you had seen this volume, if you see that price does this and goes down, you have a little volume imbalance, and this is a volume imbalance, this is a void. So where there is no price at all, we have a void right there, bang. If you were trading Asia and you saw that there was massive movement going down and you came in here and you're like, okay, let me look for volume imbalances. Where is volume imbalances here? You could just go volume imbalances right here, and your volume imbalance is right there. So I specialize in volume imbalances. That's like my forte. That would be your volume imbalance, and this one would be your volume imbalance as well. If you were taking a sell today, earlier on, you would have gone from your volume imbalance, set it above here, maybe a little bit more than that, and traded down. Confluence for that was, as soon as that happened, you had another volume imbalance in there. You had a fair value gap from that candle down to that candle, which was just filled to come down. And now we've created a whole bunch of relatively equal lows and snapped it, so now it's going higher. Oh, just this price action is stunning. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right there. All of those little volume imbalances in there, and breaks up, trade higher. Coming back now. Again, I don't know if I'd trade at this time. I'm still waiting. I have to wait for my time, which is 9:30. There's a void in here, so price is quite likely to come down to this area. Now that we have all of that set and ready, I'm looking for lows on the US 500. So we have 3989. 3989 is a draw for me because it's too perfect down here. 3189 could be a point today. Just make that sell side liquidity. And down here as well. These lows right over here. I'm gonna find that they're quite nice in actuality. They're really, really nice. Right there by that. Beautiful. This field's stunning. That's not been balanced yet. So we could actually be looking at these lows as well later on in the week. 3938. Put that in the chart. Like I said, I have a feeling. Again, don't trade on feelings. Trade on what you see every day, especially if you're a day trader. As long as you kind of know where price is most likely to go. So we have sell side, and we have the low lows if it's going to go low and break. So again, on DXY, let me just make this invisible. On DXY, my draw is all the way back here in price, up here. I want it to go up to fill that in. Now, if dollar's going up, what does it mean if dollar's going up? No, GU and EU I haven't done yet. I've just done DXY and US 500. So if dollar's gonna go right now, it's coming down, as you can see in price. It's all of this liquidity over here that's resting sell side. Ultimately, that's going to be its target. It's going to come down, it's going to snap, and it's going to possibly go higher from this fair value gap that's right over here by these beautiful equal lows in price right there. Oh, that's stunning. Ultimate sell side. Exactly, in exactly. So if DXY is eventually going to go up because we have draw on the sell side, yes. Have all of this that's been built up on the sell side, but we also have a lot of buy side potential as well. My ultimate price action would be I would like to see DXY go higher, especially because again we look on the daily. Aha, S&P down. Yes, I agree. If we look on the daily, DXY is doing something very, very interesting. It's bouncing back and forth within a range. Now the range is highly likely to get tighter before it expands. It happens a lot, and when I was referring to fractals before, what I refer to is so again we have a higher high, a high low, a lower low, and a higher low over here. Price has gone higher than this candle over here, and the next day price goes higher. So if I'm looking at that on the week, where are we in the week? We created this one, it's broken this, it's gone higher, so it's driving towards something. We're creating a little fractal going downwards right now, yes, which could ultimately come down into this fair value gap down here, and this VI, sorry, volume imbalance. Could possibly go to consequent encroachment. Don't think so though, because I think it has such a big draw over here and over here. That's where it really, really needs to go. So in that essence, I'm looking for sells of everything else. Literally, everything else needs to sell, in my opinion. Right here, we have the weekly opening gap. You see how price is gapping down. It has to rush now because opening is coming soon. And then what I mean by opening is you have news generally at 8:30, and then from 8:30 to 9:30 is still electronic trading. In America, the actual markets, excuse me, the actual markets open at 9:30 at their time. So we have this big rush coming down, this cascading effect. We're going to come into this this candle. Possibly could bounce from here, or it could bounce from the sell side if it's not seeking lower liquidity. Now let's get to USD. I mean, not USD, Euro USD. Okay, again, go the 1 day. Price has reached the daily a very important area over here just above these equal highs. So if you caught that in the last 2 weeks going down, amazing. Now if we see what's happening with price, what is it doing? So people love trend lines. I don't generally use them, but just for this analysis section over here, when price is making relatively equal moves like this, we can go back further in time on the daily. So we have here, we have a whole bunch of equal moves. It expands, or we have a whole bunch of equal moves. What it does is it's setting up a whole bunch of to explode downwards. All of this to explode downwards. Same thing on the other side. So if I change this angle and go this way, go this way. Yeah, no, price has been extremely bullish in the last couple of weeks. But now it's actually, what it's done is it's broken structure. So how does it break structure? This candle over here, as price breaks that, that's your break of structure right there on Euro USD. Now we have a nice volume imbalance on the daily. On the buy side, we also have, if we delve into price even further and we start looking at individual minute candles, we can come here, and this is consequent encroachment of this candle over here, and we have buy side over here resting just above this high set from last week. What's today? Monday. So we have Friday, Wednesday. This is ultimate buy side in my opinion. And what's interesting is that when we have prices like this, where we don't have a lot of equal price ranging downwards, what does that mean? That means I'm going to start looking at the sell side and see where there's relative equal lows. So these are quite easy to see in that they're very, very close together, and price could ultimately come down here. Sell side. And if it's going to go down there, what do we look at? So we'd look at the consequent encroachment of this candle right there. We'd be looking at all the imbalances inside here. There's a big section of price over here that has not been efficiently balanced yet. You think EU could drop to 1.19,000? We could. I'm going to get there now. So let me just draw this out in price. So that's the daily. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Looking at the 1 hour. Ensure that all of this is lined up nicely. Looking at the 1 hour. Let me just pull the price over here. There's a gap that I haven't drawn in yet. Friday, Sunday, Friday, Sunday. Okay, so we have the opening, which is, the closing over here, and the opening over here. That is your, that's my in. That's my weekly gap. Well, it's been, I already set that, sorry. So opening, that's your weekly gap right there. And as you can see, price is coming up and it is going to target buy side over here. And if it continues going higher on the 1 hour, we're looking at it going to possibly this whole area over here, like I said before, on the higher time frame, and then possibly coming down, or it's going to use this to go up and then come down again. Yeah, because this, I love days like this. I'm not days like this. I love seeing price action like this, where we have lows where it's like there's a low, 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 and as it carries on going, it's carrying on setting these liquidity points. You can see it on this side. It's beautiful. We have a high, we have highs over here, a high over here, high, 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 highs, and then what happens is prices are slacking up. I want that. I want all those buy stops right there. And it just goes bang and takes them out. Goes down, bang, takes out the next section. Goes down because, of course, we're going to the fair value gap, which is beautiful in price. Comes down and then hits the next one. Bang, goes higher to consequent encroachment of this candle, like we said. And then from the consequent encroachment, it just makes a complete turnabout face and it starts coming up again. So I personally, I don't think that the market is ready yet to come up above into this price just yet. But when I see all of this, as you can see here, what price did is you have all these little lows over here that have been set, and then they manipulate it, and they're like, no one's gonna be in this long because we're long right now. So then they set it down, they put it up, and they go up again. Put in their orders, and they go up. Price going up. Yeah, we have all of this liquidity here, aiming for this buy side and possibly targeting sell side down here. Again, we have to wait for our time. Now our time, where are we right now in time? We're at 8 o'clock on the dot. 8 o'clock is an interesting time because 8 o'clock is, I like 8 o'clock because one of two things can happen. It either goes into consolidation or it makes a little bit of a reversal. So you can see every single day, if we go into the 5 minutes chart, we have 8 o'clock. That's over here. Now it's doing something, okay, where it's very close. It's come low, and then let's go back to the previous day, 8 o'clock. Right there. So right there, 8 o'clock. It just decides, nah, we're gonna go up. Not gonna carry on going down. Let's look at the previous day, 8 o'clock. What happened then? This one, it decided that it's not gonna reverse, it's just gonna consolidate. And then go lower, and then come up. Alternate strings, which plan to get. If you're gonna get a plan, I know it's interesting. It's your funds. I mean, some people get the one where they can literally split their chart, because if you see over here, I can select layout. Now there's lots of different things. Obviously, this one over here is for having 8 different charts. I mean, I don't have a monitor that's like a 4K 80-inch screen, so I literally just have the not the basic, the one, the plus version, which is just I'm allowed to have 2 charts open at the same time on one thing. But this is actually an application on my desktop. So I've downloaded the application, and then it runs off my computer instead of having to be online with like the slight latency. Okay, so having done that and waiting for price to do its thing, let's make sure that this is on 5. This is on, I like the 2 or the 1 minute. Very nice working on these time frames, because you can see structure very, very clearly on the 2 minute. If you ever lost in the 1 minute price action, which can look a lot like just choppy chop, it can literally just look like chop over here. If you take that into the 2 minutes, it's a little bit clearer. You're able to see it better. So you can see, okay, now price has done this. It's made 1. We have this leg over here. That's break 2, shifting upwards. Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to GBP USD. Now for this, what's interesting is where are we in price? We have this opening gap here from Tuesday. Come up and come into it. I haven't drawn out most of it, but we have nice equal lows resting on the buy side, right here, and equal highs, sorry. And we have equal lows just underneath here. So if you're looking for sell side, we have this big sell side right there, which is nice. Delving further into this 5-minute chart. Right there, inside of that weekly gap, at consequent encroachment, there's sell side. Yeah. So, so yeah, that's why I generally don't trade. I generally don't trade London, although I'm actually thinking of starting to trade London, just because there's some really nice moves, and I've noticed some beautiful price action from those points. No worries, I'll turn strings. No worries at all. And Autology, yeah, in GU and EU, they don't like showing the gaps, so you have to search for the gaps on your broker. You Don, you should be a little should be a little bit sweaty. No, don't should be. If you see over here, within this daily gap over here, just remove this and check the days. We have 5. Yeah, that's at the highest point. Down. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have the 5 o'clock. Those. The 6 o'clock open, which is right there. Another daily opening gap. We go down into the next day. Right here. And 5. Close to 6. Open. Funny how it correlates beautifully with this these equal lows in price. That's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning, right there. Yeah, I'm feeling bearish. I'm feeling very bearish. That was Thursday. We have one more day. Friday into Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. So you can't see it, but this big candle over here. You see, there's a. If you look at the time, just here at the bottom, right by that 5, you see it says 16:55, and next candle it says 17:10. What's going on? So let's go into the 1 minute. That right there. That whole range is a daily gap. Open to the 6 o'clock. So open over here. So close to open. But I would actually have that whole candle, for me personally, looking at these, that whole candle needed to get filled, and it's getting filled. As a weekly opening gap. Now, if we're looking at price over here, where do I think DXY is going to bounce? Let me just finish this quickly on yeah. Let me just finish GU quickly. So if you can see over here, these equal lows, this fair value gap in here, price didn't come above this high. It's been this fair value gap and order block was respected beautifully, I might add. Okay, that was beautiful. Came in, tapped, went down, did all of this, came back to test it, and then has come down. So then we look at the next, after what's happening in price next is we have this fair value gap right over here, which has just been, came in once, came in twice, came in 3 times, 4 times, 4 entries you could have taken. You could have taken profits, 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 and then gone. And we drag that out, and oh, look at that, it's amazing. But what's just above here in price, what I see is these highs right here at 1.20462. Of course, every broker is different, but these are equal highs in my opinion on the 1 minute. There's a lot of liquidity resting here, and for liquidity to be resting there, it means that price would ultimately need to get above here. We need to get above this price over here. This is the ultimate target. I'm going to pull that if it's going buy side. Yeah, price didn't even come near that. Oh, it came slightly, but the reason I don't trade GU generally is because the spread, again, I'm not a spread person. I don't like spread. I like when I push the button, getting into the trade where we're very close to where I want to get in. So that for me is buy side. And again, going down into price, all of this over here, this is relatively equal, this price action right over here. So I'll just point to that. The price action, all these candles over here, that's all like a little cascading effect, but cascading going upwards. It's an upward, I like calling it cascade. And where might that go? That might go into this fair value gap over here. But now if I had GU on my chart, I'd look at the candle behind and see if there were any volume imbalances. Micro fine opening gap right there. Super, super fine. What's LMAX? I don't know what LMAX is personally. Nautology mind. What is LMAX? So yes, you wanted to see where I think DXY is going to bounce. But yeah, looking at all of this, like this right here, these equal lows down here on GU, like that is on the 5 minute, that's a draw. There's a draw just underneath it as well, right there. Funny enough, that's perfectly with what we would call a breaker. So we have equal price action over here. You see this is equal price action right there. Now what happens is price goes, makes a higher high, a lower low, which is just in here, and as it breaks upwards, the last candle here, this whole candle, that blue candle there, is considered a breaker. Oh, it's beautiful. It's actually so beautiful looking at this. Look where price came down right into, like that was stunning. Anyways, yeah, so from that breaker, we have rates of equal lows, we have super equal lows right there on that point. This for me is sell side. So if you're looking for sell side trades, you're looking for a target, that's what I'll be targeting. OTB. It's not about flipping the account, it's about making sure that we pass the challenge, in my opinion. That's it, the end of the song. Next time you sing along. Okay, now you wanted to check, put this on 2-minute quick. I don't know, all of this buy side over here, it looks super juicy in my opinion. And that being very close to the opening weekly gap, though we'll get there, I'm feeling confident. Yeah, so this weekly gap over here for me, in my opinion, is a draw. And just above that, you have all of this buy side as well. And these relatively equal highs. Like that is a super draw. But on the sell side, we have all of this was snapped going higher. So ultimately, with these equal highs, I would look for a snap going to a higher portion of liquidity, which is probably up here on this buy side, and then for it to come down. But again, we'll see. We're at long GBP USD from 1 to 100. That was a good entry. Where your stops? Stops at break even. Yeah, you saw the liquidity, Frank. Good job. You saw all of the things I saw here as well. But I haven't been... I only actually started the stream at like 8 o'clock, so I started over here. I've been analyzing. Well, let's look at DXY quickly. If all of this equal liquidity, there was no higher, lower high, there's no breaker. Yeah. DXY. Oh, that bounced perfectly from that level I said it was going to. Entered the 1 hour order block and fib. Nice. Did you, with your fib, did you enter on the, what's it? I have mine the other way around. So if I do this, I have the 38 here and the 21, which is your 62 and 79. I mean, yeah, 79% level on your fib. A nice OTE on the 1 hour. You can GBP went from this low over here to that high over there, 38%, the lows. Expectancy on that? 618. Ah, okay. So with ICT stuff, he's got something called an OTE, which is an optimal trade entry. Optimal trade entries are very, very interesting because basically works on legs. If there's a target that price wants to get to, so let's just pull this back, go over here, and let's look at what happened on Friday. So Thursday opened, and then we had all of this. Even in GU, if you have your fib and you put it from the low to the high, right there, right here, the 38% or your 62% or 61.8, whatever it is, he does it at 38. That is I don't use OTE as much, but that is an entry. Then you can do the same thing for the next leg. So you can literally go from this low to that high over there, where it made that fractal to come down 38%, and we go higher. Same thing for the next one, from the low to the high over here, in price 38% or 79, like respects it, perfect, goes up. If you're in a trending market, it's amazing to see this kind of stuff happen. It just perfectly just goes up. That again is because it's setting all of this liquidity down here. Those are nice equal lows, and then it came and snapped it once it went higher. So if we're looking at this, and you look at this on the 1 hour chart, okay, we have the high to the low over there. That's the low, 38%. You get in here. Could have got in, stops over here, and you're targeting lows. If you're on the 1 hour, it's quite a bearish thing that's happening right now. From this high to this low over here, again 38%, taps in perfectly, and again, like I said, I'm expecting lower prices. Wait, what is price doing now? It's bouncing nice. Ooh, all of this has been built up. All of this liquidity over here on GU. Oh, GU moves. Nice. What's happening on price over here? You've taken this higher point of liquidity on your US 500. Nice. As soon as that liquidity was taken for me, again, I'm not trading. I normally trade US 500 because it's like my pay, but this little fair value, if you see this price action right here, what happens right there, bang 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 bang, that's where yeah, sells. This for me, as soon as it creates this little volume imbalance and I see this happening, I'm like, once I'm in the trade, and I target the wall of this void. Like I said, it's going to go around right to here. And on its way down, it's created a beautiful another void right there. That right there is a void. It's created. This is what I like to call a double confirm. As soon as you see two candles that are gapping lower, that's where you want price to go down. As in that's the direction that they want to go. Now later on they'll come back and fill that price in. But it's very, very clear on the 1 minute. Let me just check. But right now, so again, you draw your fib from the low to the high. ICT 2022 talks about premium. So at 50%, you can draw a box right here, and you can draw a box right here. Now the top box is, I say plus there, and then the bottom box is in minus. So green, negative. If you're aiming for higher prices, now's a good time to buy, but it's like right at the 50. Like I don't like trading at the 50. So we have, if the target is higher prices over here, you're looking at higher prices over here, then anywhere in this range from the 50%, the discount, it's going to go up. Now again, you flip it around the other way if you're looking for sells. So right over here, if you have this leg to this leg over here, so let's just draw the fib on that quick. There's our 50% right there, and we have this as being the plus, which is the top side of the fair value, and this is the bottom side of the fair value. So again, now if I'm looking for lower prices and price comes above the 50 over here, I would actually just draw fib, in my opinion, and take it from the 38. Yeah. Anyways, so 50%, 50%. It goes in, and you're seeking lower prices down here, or even lower. Where we've gone to? No, it hasn't. I don't think it's fulfilled this move yet. Now that's a small little piece of price action within another big leg over here, which has just come to the 50% over here and starts consolidating. A wise man once said, "This could go up or go down." Well, yes. And another wise man also said that there are only two directions the price can go, up or down. It could go up or it could go down, but there's only two ways it goes, up or down. And if it's traveling sideways, it still has to go up and down to go sideways. So Joshua, it's very, very simple. If you want, so for example, you take your fib, you just draw it out. There's a little settings icon over here, and you can adjust your price in here to whatever you want. These are my levels where I have standard deviations. I have 21. I'll explain it again in my opinion. I personally don't like drawing up to see price going down. What I want to do is, what I want to do is I want to look at the high and the low and think, okay, now if price is going lower, I want to see, so let's just take it from this high to this low, from this high to this low. I want to see where I'm here and I'm dragging towards my price levels. And I like seeing positive numbers, not minus. Because when I see like minus 150, minus 200, I don't know, my mentality is like, well, it's a minus. So OTE, basically you can literally just have one. So let me just go up here, from here to here. You could literally just have that one there, or it's in actuality it's minus 0.62. But for me, I've done it the flip side. That's his OT entry. And what you'll do is you'd take the trade from here, and you'd have your stops there or just underneath there, and you'd pull that either to the 100. If you're looking for standard deviations, you'll be looking at the 150, the 200, 250, 300, 350, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, everything is equal here. So let me just bring that 21 back. So 21 is 79. I did say in the beginning that I am bearish. That's where my analysis is drawing me towards. Now, what is price showing me on EU? Interesting. Yeah, we've taken this high. We're doing here. 830's opened already. Just opened over here, so almost there. Almost there. Where's 830? 830 is here. At sell side. Too many lines. Too many lines in the chart. I'm waiting for buy side to be formed. Unless that was buy side. Oh, I'm super bearish. I'm feeling bearish. Buy low, sell high. Yes. Or buy high and sell low. If you are shorting a person that's like shorting. So we have hit that perfectly within the 830 range. Again, news comes out at 10. So it's strange. What I personally like seeing with news is that news comes out exactly at 8:30. Now there are days that happens. Let me just pull up investing.com again. Come on, come on, come on. This week. Tomorrow. It's 10 again. 10 and 12. Look here. 0.15. Thursday. Non-farm employment change. Thursday is a bad day. So if you're going to do trading, you have to get out the way today and tomorrow. Non-farm payroll. Things can get haywire. Things can go haywire. Friday, 8:30. Yeah, Friday news comes out at 8:30. So I'm actually looking at possibly Friday. It's going to be a good day. Dave, if you press buy and sell at the same time, you need to make sure that you. There are actually some people that trade using what they call, it's like a hedging process, where they place a sell, and then if price goes against them, they buy, and then they continue to buy, and then they start selling at the top, and then when price starts going around, then they're able to do it. So Don, non-farm payroll is basically, for me, it's just about the times, not necessarily what happens, but it's about the impact of the news. So you have medium impact news and you have high impact news. Those are the important ones. All the little mini low impact news and stuff, that's just low impact drivers. It's not going to move the market as much. So you'll see on those days that the market will remain within a very small price range. How are we looking over here? We look like we have divergence on the 1 minute. What price? This is 5 minutes. Yeah. This is looking extremely bearish. But again, it's not my trade time. I have to wait. Because what they love doing is they love creating the fake art. So this could be the fake art. So how was everyone's weekend? What did everyone get up to? Were you analyzing your trades? Were you keeping track of what you were doing? Yeah, Don. GU is, or all, honestly, markets on a Monday are always a bit strange. I like strange. Oh, but look what happened here. We have this void over here, and what's happening from that void. Interesting. Could actually be bouncing over here, but no. Going down there. Someone asked if I do an analysis of AU. Maybe I should just pull that up. I don't even have it on my panel. Australian. Yeah, so this has just been in a chop range. And ultimately, it's because this price has come down from this area right over here. From this would be an order block. It comes and comes down. It's that creates a whole bunch of liquidity over here that gets raided right until this fair value gap. I don't even need to look at price. I know that it's come right to that level. Yeah. And from that fair value gap over there, price broke down, created another fair value gap inside of here, broke down, created another fair value gap inside of here, broke down further. What's it aiming for? If you look down here on the 15 minutes, price has been, it's basically been balanced, but you have equal lows under here. Now if there's equal lows there, it's possible that price is actually looking to raid even low. Excuse me, I had this dreadful cough. Price is looking and targeting these prices. In my opinion, when I look at this kind of price action and I see that this over here has been taken, take that low, it's got taken, gone up, come back down inside this fair value gap. right over here. Zoom into that for you in the 15 minutes. Now it hasn't completely filled the fair value gap. Still that little section over there where it could look to cut to come in. You can take this and you can pull up the 5 minutes. Let's look at that in price action. We have a little fair value gap just over here, but because of that fair value gap over there, I'll be looking lower. There's a little bit of price inefficiency right there. Bit of fair value gap. Could come down into. On the high time frame, if you're looking up, again, we look here, equal highs. That just got taken into this fair value gap right there. That was like beautiful price action, absolutely stunning. We have one over here that's not completely filled. We have one over here that's gone down. So that's all like places where if for example you were seeking sell side and you were trading early on today from like market open, and 2 o'clock here from like London open over here, you could have been in short at that fair value gap. From this price action over here, you could have been in short from here. From this price action over here, you could have been in short from that fair value gap, the high above there. From this fair value gap over here, the high over here. And yeah. Sean, long wings. When you mention long wing, are you talking about something like this? This section of price action over here. Is that what you're referring to? Wicks. Every wick is considered in balance. Every single wick. Wicks are gaps in price. But if you are referring to a long section of price action like this, if you're looking at the price again, like I said before, if you take this from the high to the low, because I'm on the 5 minutes right now, if you were looking at the 1 hour, that would be like basically like a couple of candles. 50% is right there. I'd be looking at, because it has a hard drive down, I'd look at any price above 50% to be discount and then start trading down. But yeah, no stress at all. I'll show it to you actually. It's very, very clean. It's got to use 100. Let's just go to the. Get on here on the 5 minutes. No, let's go on to the 1 minute. 1 minute's nice and clean. Where's price? There it is. Okay, so we look at wicks. Alright. If I'm long, I want wicks to be respected. Okay, which means that 50% of this level, so over here, it gets broken. So you can't take a long because it's going down. As it goes like this, it goes down a little bit further. So it's not respect. But as soon as I've got, again, zoom in onto price, make this super, super tight. As soon as I have a volume imbalance and I have wicks that are being respected at the 50%, either 50% or 25 of that level. So from there, let's pull it over here. Let's pull the 50% of that. Right there. As soon as I see that wicks are being respected, that wick there is being respected over here, that this wick didn't come down to 50% of that wick's range and made a huge thing up, I know that that imbalance right there is viable to take along. So I would trade from that. I'd set my normal thing is setting it up underneath the blue candle a little bit more, and then trading up to the nearest point of liquidity, which is right here. It's a very, very short move, but guess what? ICT is teaching 5 handles. So if you go from here, which is 3997.7, and we go up 97.7 just to 403.7, that would be considered to be a 5 handle box, in my opinion. So that's 5 handles. You could stop your trade right there. You got your 5 handles done. If you look at the next price, so as soon as these equal lows are formed over here, the price bounced off it, respected it. Price come down here. You have 50% of that wick right there. That is respected. It goes up. It creates a nice little volume imbalance. What happens from there? A long position underneath the blue candle and nearest point of liquidity. Or you could just hold on to it forever until the end of the day. How many trades do I take per week? So the amount of trades I take, it depends on what the market's giving me. So the markets will give me price action, and if there's a trade in price, then I'll take the trade. If there's no trade in price, then I won't take the trade. That's simple. It's doing what it did last Monday. But because whenever I enter, I always enter with 2 trades, because on MT4, it's not like C-Trade or anything. You have to enter separate, how do I put it? You have to enter separate trades if you want to take partials, and I take partials. So I generally enter 2 trades when I have 1 trade idea. If that makes sense. How do you use NDOG? So NDOGs, new daily opening gaps, that's the days over here. Okay. Okay. NDOGs, in my opinion, are where price is drawn to after 9:30. Or it can go there in 9:30 and come back. So the other day, what we see is we have this resistance right here in the weekly is the white. As it breaks down over here, 8:50, 9:30. It goes to this NDOG, comes up, goes back into the NDOG to this NDOG, and then continues going to, guess where? The next NDOG. And it continually bounces. Like, these are big points. I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen. Hey, good morning, Remy 4R Rex. Yes, I'm the same. I wait for 9:30. Why? Why do we wait for 9:30? Oh, let's have a look. Where are we now? 9:30 will be over here. Price opened over here. Okay, that is your electronic trading hours and real trading hours. So I'm just waiting for 9:30 price to close, and for this gap, for this in itself is a gap. So price can do 2 things today. It can either gap extremely higher in price and aim for all of these ones that are up here. Let me just go into the 15 minutes. So it can either go for all of this or this, and then it has to make its way sometime down to that weekly gap. You can see that in price action, weekly gap, weekly gap. What happens? Price goes up, comes down through the weekly gap, comes up through the weekly gap, goes down through the weekly gap, goes up, up, down, up, down, up, down. This one that opened, it goes up, comes down into it, comes down into it a lot, goes up. Oh, there's a weekly gap here somewhere that I missed. Friday, Sunday. Oh no, it's down here. Right here. Wow, that's another important level, is because it's been hidden here. Underneath there, that is the weekly opening gap right there. Been hidden by another daily opening. But price goes into it, rejects, price goes into it, rejects. Where does it go to? It goes to the next weekly opening gap, which is here. Price goes up into it, comes up, comes back into it, comes 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 into it. For other traders, this is what they would consider to be support and resistance. So support and resistance for me personally is a bit it's almost abstract in a way, because you're looking for, well, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it into a line chart or something, and then I have a whole bunch of liquidity over here. Yes, there is a lot of liquidity over there, but again, they don't look for liquidity, they look for places where the candles touch the most. So they're looking over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Okay, that would be a place that you could put a resistance line. If I'm looking on the short side, we have a lot of candles touching here. So we have a low here, we have this come up, up, up. A lot of candles are touching this area. That would be another support area in a way. But the thing that makes you forget to look for is that there is liquidity resting in the lines itself. So just over here, there's liquidity, there's liquidity. Look on the short side, there's liquidity just underneath these lows. There's equal lows there, it's beautiful. Just there, that's perfect. Let me actually just change this music to number 2. Yeah, back to comments. Yeah, I don't use volume at all. It's not even part of my not even part of the way I trade whatsoever. What we're doing. Still got some minutes still to go. 12 minutes. And just remember, news is coming out at 10. And what's funny about that is my setup happens when? 9:50 to 10:10. That's when I'm looking. If it doesn't happen, I'm looking at 11. I'm sure. Today is the day that things start getting very interesting with the ICT. I'm very curious to see what he does today and what his analysis is, and how similar it will be to mine. Because I basically, everything I have, like the way I trade, is literally being learned from him. So I went from indicators and stuff and like failed miserably. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And I stumbled upon one of his things on YouTube, and I was just like, I see what he's saying. I can literally see it in price. Here we go, 9:15, 9:30. Remember, this is where we're looking at our time to trade. Now, if we look on the left, are there any equal highs? Yes, there are, right here. On the 15 minutes, right there. On the large side, that's buy side. On the large side. See, that was just taken by all this price action. Just beautiful. That's what we'd like to see. So what's happening right now? Do we see what's happening? In the 5 minutes, we have price from here, from here, from here, from here, price coming down. SMT, we have price going up. Now I'm just waiting for a, after price opens, I'm waiting for a market structure shift. So I'm actually gonna, I'll pull my thing out. And again, I'm looking for sells. So ooh, there we go. That's the fake move. Excited. Everyone can see the 5 minutes on the right hand side over here. And with the 1 minute over here. Again, I'm just waiting for price. I'm not trading yet. I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting for price to show me what it wants to do. Ultimately, I'm looking for a push higher to go lower. So this trade manager is actually I said it's one by InvestSoft. Pretty cool. So Dave, this is not actually RSI, all this price over here. This price over here is, let's go to settings. This is GBP USD. You see that right there. I'm looking at how the markets are correlating with one another. So let's go into the US 500. So yeah, with my TP1 and TP2, that's set at 2% and 4%. I mean 2R and 4R. And I'm using $250 because it's a $50,000 account, and $250 is 0.5%. What's going on? Why is my chart being funny? Close this and open it again. Where's price right now? What time are we at? Almost there. So right now, if you're trading, you need to be quite careful because of this price action over here. It's gone higher, it's gone lower, it's gone higher. This is a breaker right here, this candle, for the buy side. So if you're trading long, but again, I don't trade yet. Let me see, has this done its thing properly yet? Why can't I? Yeah. Now it's not working the way I want it to. It should move. It's not. Dun. Just minus this. Oh, this is not working. I'm gonna have to check it, manually enter today. Damn it. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of yeah, GBP is going short. I should just bring up this again. Check my. So, no. With this kind of SMT, Maddie, it's bad music. Okay? Let's change it. So with this kind of SMT, what I look for personally is if it's reverse, if GU is higher and EU is lower, I would want to trade DU because then GU has more range to travel. Damn it. This thing over here is not working like I want it to. Because I want to change this and make it go short. I don't want to buy, I want to sell. That's not giving me the option. Freeze. RR. No, yes, no. This is a new one. Again. This section of price action right here, as soon as I see that happening, I want to get in. But again, we're not at 9:30, so I'm still waiting. We might just be saying the high right now. While that happens, lot calculation none, cash amount. Oh, that's why. Okay, properties. advisors. Just gonna change this quickly to maximum lot. No, it should work. Yes, there we go. I see. It doesn't actually allow you to enter if your lots. So you see, if I put my lots over here, my lot size over there is 8.92 because it's so tight. But right now I don't need it. All right, Pascal. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me about that music there, Maddie. So it's time. 9:30 has been hit. We have buy side over here. There's a sell side down here. We have buy side right here. Oh, because this thing was fiddling. So now these gaps are, can you see? Yes, you can. So these gaps over here are now presenting beautifully. Oh, la, 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 la. Let's check dollar quickly. That's been taken. Waiting for manipulation. We have to see where price goes. For me, because I'm a volume and balance trader, as soon as I see price switch around and create gaps in price, then yes, that's me in the trade. And again, because the spread is right now is like between 0.2 and 0.4 pipettes. So we're looking at not a pip, we're looking at pipettes. So that's a pip is 10 pipettes. If you look at the number, it's the two numbers on the right hand side. The second number is pips, and then the last number is pipettes. So as you can see, there's spread. There's spread over here. So I've taken that. Is that 16? $9.30. 8.30 is down here. Yeah, that's just. Just wait. Let's just check price. We create equal lows at the bottom, so you can't actually see it here. We pull the 1 minute to the side. So the 1 minute right there, you create a relative equal lows over here. That is now the next target, and all of this liquidity on the sell side. High to low. This here. I'm waiting for my time. Still got 15 minutes for them to tell me that price is definitely going to go where I want it to go. Runwise FX. Nice. Is it good? I'll check it out after the stream. Oh, this was beautiful. Fair value gap. Insert and up. Now we wait and we'll see. On the 1 minute, fair value gap is in here. Let's go look at dollar. So we could be looking at a potential downside to all of this liquidity over here. Just looking at the 1 hour, we've created this fractal over here, and on the sell side, if we're looking at this right over here, we've created divergence from here as well. So we have low to high. This is GBP USD. Okay. Now we're looking at the opposite. Right? The opposite. This is low to high. So we need to look for price to do the same thing on both charts. Is it going to come out and is it going to come and take this sell side? I don't know. Onto euro quickly. This chart at the bottom here on the right side is euro. Down, 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 down. That's gone up, up, up. This has gone down. This has gone up. There's no divergence on dollar right now. Into 5 minutes. That's why I have my time, and I have to wait. Yeah, because Euro USD, this buy side that I mentioned before, this buy side, I'm looking for it to get taken. And that buy side has to be taken. And it's only from this point on that if it's going to expand, it's going to expand to another level of liquidity over here. So it's going to travel to another level of liquidity, which is this high over here, and then this high as well. So Ashwick, that's why. So I set my excuse me, my buy side and my sell side liquidity. Now that's set between the 8:30 candle and the 9:30 candle. And you can see I've done that right here on the 1 minute. 8:30 over here is this candle over here. And then 9:30 is up there. Now price has to make a move towards one of these places first. And has to manipulate, because right now it's I personally believe it's manipulating to go higher, to go lower. But the time is important. So this whole zone right here is literally just wild it's everyone. It's a free fall, as in like you'll have all the American people trading in out, and then they have all their positions, lots of liquidity entering the market, and then yeah, they get snubbed. What does the algorithm like doing? It likes searching for liquidity, and as soon as people start saying their buy stops, okay, well, this low over here, there's a lot of nice liquidity over here. We're looking at the downside, there's a lot of nice liquidity over there, but on the buy side, you have, let me just go into this. On the buy side, you have all of this beautiful, like all of these wicks over here. That's beautiful liquidity. I missed that fair value gap. That wasn't filled right there. So right now we have just taken, we haven't taken. Created relative equal highs. So I'm expecting it to go up and come down. Unless there is a break of structure. Because right now, this point over here, this is an order block. So price should respect this and go up. If it doesn't, then that's an indication. Don, if you're biting your nails, then you know you've risked a bit too much. Go back to the 5 minutes. Go. Have a low there. There's too much liquidity on the sell side. No, this is after it takes the, but there's also the highs over here. But GU has a very interesting thing about creating a whole bunch of highs and just slamming. But yeah, we're just waiting. See that order block? That was respected. Right here, can you? Right there. It was respected beautifully, right there. So if you look at the markets, okay, and I were to pull up the weekly opening gaps and all of that kind of stuff, institutional levels, all of my so-called lines and crap, okay, weekly opening gap is down below, all right? If you look at US dollar, not US dollar, US 500, opening price is down over here. Where is it getting to? It's getting to this opening, this weekly opening gap over here. So we are now waiting. See that analysis that we did before over here on the 1 hour. Okay, price is coming into this weekly gap, and it's possibly going to come lower. Like it's a super bearish chart actually, even though it's going up. We always think differently in ICT. If it breaks lower on the US 500, we'll be looking at this void over here, imbalance for it to carry on going down. But right now, we're just dancing around. So let's go into, if he's going lower, XY is dancing. It's taken all of this sell side right now. Fair value on DXY has not been offered. You're still sweaty. I get that, I get that. Now this is interesting. You see what happened right here in price? Right, there's a little gap in there, and there was a gap going higher over here from opening price to low price. You also have a volume imbalance just in this little price action over here. So now I'm literally just waiting for it to show me a change in market structure, and then I'm going to take a short. Now it's doing its thing again. It's doing its funny. Oh, God. Oh yes, see, yeah, this is divergence right here. You have this, and you have this happening at the same time. Now I'm waiting for this fair value gap, and I enter. Stuff it. Quick math in my head, 250, hey, beautiful. Going down here, that would just be a 1-to-1. Fair value gap in here. If it rigs up, I've been faked. But again, I'm only risking 0.5% of the account. Why am I feeling slightly confident? Because we're about to hit 2 minutes, 950, and we are at a daily gap from Thursday the 16th of February. We could obviously go higher into the next weekly gap, or they could take price and bring it right back down. And yeah, we'll just wait. That wasn't great. I entered it at the wrong price. But that's okay, it's life. Sometimes you don't get a good entry. Again, let's just go into the 1 minute because that's what I'm trading. All of this is down. That's up. We've created created that. Yeah. We see what price wants to do. If price wants to go up, it goes up. If it wants to go down, it goes down. Right now, it's 950. Now the buy side has been taken. There's two things that can happen. Either this is a fake divergence and it's going to go up into here and then come down, or it's because it needs to come for the sell side eventually. The sell side right here. And it's going to be just like last week Monday. That's gapped up. So you see right here, this little imbalance right there, this void, that to me indicates it's going to go higher. Yeah, I'm out. Okay. That spread that stopped me because I was higher than that. But we're still looking at price going higher. Now I'm allowed, according to my trading plan, to enter only one more trade for the day. So it has to be timed perfectly. Still trying to make this work. I got stopped out, yeah. I don't know why this thing is not behaving like I want it to. It's like I have to redo it every time. I want it to sell. I want the painting to be a sell. I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing this funny crap? Okay, see, the price is respecting that imbalance. Just that little wick candle, that little candle there. That's respecting it beautifully. So equal highs. I'm still learning how to use this thing. It's dodgy. RR. Look at DXY quickly. Those. This has been balanced. Adjusting open lines current price, not that I need right now. Order can't I move it? It's weird. I was looking at a cell. Here we go. Finally. Finally. Oh, now what happened? Oh, this indicator's not working nicely here. It's really not working. Trying to figure out where. IFD. Cache mark none and enter. I'm just above. I have to go from the stop loss line. Yes, that's what I have to do. Okay, I've got it now. There we go. I understand now. There we go. Okay. Oh wait. I'm still not gonna enter again. I'm waiting. Now we have fair value gap. I've got it now. Nice. I understand how it works. Yeah, I'm still waiting. It's broken once, now here. But yeah, I'm just actually looking at dollar, and I'm seeing what it wants to do here. Do you see what's happening? Is it's on the bottom end over here. In the 1 minute. %. These lows over here are the next target. Unless I entered a second too early. I entered my trade too early. We'll see now what happens. What's the time? So 10 minutes. Ooh. You see what's happening there? That manipulation. Okay, dollar's gone up. Balance. If it holds that imbalance, damn it, I missed that. It's okay. That's what it is. This candle's close. What are we on? 5 minutes, 1 minute. Broken, 2, broken. Everybody gap. It needs to come down. It needs to come back into here and go down again. It took it GBP USD. GBP is going up because the GBP's weekly gap is on the buy side. No, I don't know. I think it's still gonna go higher. Looking at GU and how sorry, that GU, how GU is still needs to get to its buy side. We wait. Look where my stops are, there's perfect equal highs. So that's where it would need to run to over here. So the end time. Then. Look at that gap. Massive leg. Super gap there. What's interesting here is that on the right side here, about the same. We'll see what the next candle wants to do. Gap lower a little bit. We're just taking that liquidity now. I'll just put this line. Yeah. Still waiting. It's driving high. Yeah, DXY is just slammed. GBP's gone higher, but this is divergence. This macro now is aiming for the next liquidity, which is the sell side over here. Now we see what Euro wants to do and what GBP wants to do as well. GBP is still resisting down. It is pushing higher, but this is on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Pushing higher. It's formed beautiful. This one's gone high, this one's gone lower, so that's pushing low. And this one's pushing a little bit higher, so we just wait. It's gonna come soon. Look at DXY. DXY is still pushing lower. What's this? 50%. Still waiting. We should change the music while we wait. This is stunning. I love watching price. It's so fascinating. Okay, this is looking interesting now. Euro, see what happened? It's gone to a 6,800 level. It's coming, and it's forming. It's at the end. This is an IOFT, IEFT. And then I'll be stopped out. And that's okay. Yeah, the XY's just hit this. Because this hits a point of liquidity, I expect it to go up. Now again, might have been a little bit of a premature entry, but because EU has gone super high and GU compared to it is a whole different story. It's happened, it's gone all the way up. Okay, so looking at the 1 minute, yeah, the reason why I entered is because we have this 50% over here, that was respected by this candle over here, and as this comes up, this next 50% over here is also being, see now. My stop should be at 250. 250 is my trade. $500, $765. Could be going. These highs have been taken, these next highs have been taken beautifully. Let's come into this fair value gap. Oh, let's see. If it wants to continue going higher, it's just going to bust up. Nice, I has 3 pay. I like that. Well done. You're reading the buy side liquidity very well. Okay, one of two things. Right now, if it's going to go long and continue going long, it's just going to bust higher like a lot. It's just going to have a massive candle, just like we had over here and going over here. It just went bang, bang. And so let's go back into the 5 minutes. We have a high, a lower high, high, and we have a red candle coming in. I would want price to at least come down to here, at least. But again, it might only happen at 11, might happen now. That's topped out for the second time today. It's unfortunate. Back down to 50,069. So that's what it is. So every day, there's not necessarily a day that you're gonna make money. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. And that's just how the market is. It's just driving higher and higher and higher. I love it. Love watching this. Yeah, man, it's all good. A loss is a loss. It's within the risk parameter, so as long as you keep your risk under control, you should be all good. Exactly. Now I find this so fascinating. So we have this high down to here on the 5 minutes, right? Now looking at that and looking where price is right now, from here it just has continued to drive higher. Now let's look at dollar. Yeah, it's not this. 100%. Where's it going to? Yeah, that's just a continuous drive down. So then, if today doesn't pan out, which it hasn't, then basically what we're doing is the weekly opening gap is we're just waiting. So right here on DXY, if it can switch in the afternoon to go back, but it might just expand lower, expand lower, and then set the weekly range. Then we're looking tomorrow or Wednesday for a push. If you've made money today, great, fantastic. I see that was actually a mistake on my part. Enter, excuse me. I didn't actually enter following my rules. Whereas that entry, my previous entry, was actually following my rules. This one, but I didn't see any volume imbalances going lower compared to now. There's an imbalance. We'll see how this wants to go today. Yeah, Monday's is dodgy. Exactly, Remy. You don't want to be stuck in that lunch hour waiting. Yeah, it's just going to continue. It's going to continue pumping because DXY is just continuing to go lower. And it's continuing higher. 1, 2, okay, this is interesting as well. Some big candles coming in. Big candles forming on DXY as well. Right here. What is that on the 15 minutes? Let's have a look. Nice. The target is correct. But these highs. What's the time? 10 o'clock. 10:15. You. 10:10, 10:15. Yeah, this. You know what? I'll break my rules just for today and have three entries today. But we'll just wait. We have 1, 2, 3. So news just came out. 10 o'clock. Well, it's coming out very soon. Okay, second imbalance. Second imbalance has been broken. We have 1. We have 2. One. 1. Ooh. I'm waiting for this fair value gap here, at least for it to tap in. One. Good. There's a void. One. Fair value gap. Okay, we're gonna wait and then just waiting for it to tap into that, and we'll see. And then it's time. And 25, 27. Excuse me. We've hit this liquidity. Now, nice fair value gap in here. We look at GBP. GBP's taken all the liquidity that I mentioned before. It's just sniped it. I'm just waiting for whatever. One, two. Have a look at this quick. A bunch of liquidity being built up there. Lots of liquidity on the sell side. Yeah. Sell side. Yeah, this is the last. The last. Okay. Should have 2 orders. Right? I've only got 1 order. They were short. There's equalize over here. Oh, that's a nice. Okay, again. So this is 1, 2, 3. If it breaks, if price breaks this block right here, if it breaks below that, it's gonna slam. We'll see. Let's look at the daily. Where are we right now? You seeking buy side? No, you've just taken 75% of that wick. Okay, now it's time based. So we have half an hour now for price to make it to continue going downwards. Wherever time lands up at 11 o'clock, it's get out time. Whether you're in a long or you're in a short. So this is interesting. Looking at this price, we have 1 equal, 2 equal, 3. And then it spiked it to go lower. So now we look at this price. Let's look at DXY quickly. XY is still going. Where's the buy side for ES? If you're looking at this, you would look at this leg. If you're looking on the 1 minute, it's in a discount if you're looking to go short. For the 5 minutes. Yeah, weekly gap. That's where it needs to go to. If not, it then needs to go to in that leg to here. 104. This price right here. Where it needs to go. All this liquidity over here needs to be rated. Euro, the top over here. Gotcha. So if I was on the 5 minutes, which I am, time for that. 620. Right there. That would be the aim. If it wants to move and continue, it would want to continue to come underneath all of this. If it doesn't do that, it's just going to come halfway, which is 50%. So from here to over here, it's just going to come 50%. Put on to, yeah. Let me just remove all of this stuff. Don't need that anymore. What's going on? Hmm? Alright, we're still just waiting. Might just consolidate here, mark along again. Yeah, I agree. Because if you're looking at it on the 5 minutes, there's like this price over here. Excuse me. This price just down here. Okay. That whole price there to me is something where it wants to go to. There's a fair value gap just in here. There's a lot of liquidity underneath these. Here. This has been resisted. This fair value gap over here. But I don't think that. No, I'm short. I'm trading the Euro USD. How? Again, fair value gap that was come to perfectly. Now we're seeking the first is going to be the one spot 06613. That's the first target. The second target is these equal lows down here, and then ultimately these ones over here, and ultimately that price over there. Let's see what GU is doing. EU has spiked all of this liquidity. Now that it's gone long, we'll see what's happening. Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Carl. But and I see that GU as well has done this move to OTE to go higher. But I feel like on EU the same thing has not happened. EU has just blasted higher. It's gone higher than the 930 right up here. This opening point right there. Okay, price will have to rebalance itself inside of this price range and 50%. Underneath that sell side, which will be 50% over here. 1.06410. One spot 0.64 1. Oh yeah. That's the midpoint of that. So my trade is coming up to just the top of it. But now that this is lagging, it feels like it's high resistance. And I need it to very soon to snap lower fast. Done. You're just holding. You're holding, bro. One, two. Done, you're holding for days. Okay, so just tapped into that fair value gap. This one right over here. Now it needs to go low and go low fast. Done. It'll get there eventually. Okay, so we're still inside of the fair value gap. Again, Consequent encroachment. Not consequent encroachment, mean threshold. This candle. 50%. If it goes to the high points of that, I'm going to get out. I don't know. I see GU as super short. Yeah, you're thinking about this liquidity over here. Sets on Wednesday, the 23rd. I just want price to do its thing and come down here. That's it. All I want. Doesn't happen. Again, losses are losses. You take them. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. As long as you're trading your system. I want to see how perfect this is. It's yeah. We have 50%. This. Just here. And then we have 50% in that. There. We'll see what price wants to do, how it wants to react. These forex pairs can be super dodgy. They can be whiplash. Yeah. No, it's just driving higher. So yeah, we'll see what you're doing in that fair value gap. It's just, it might just start bouncing around in this area. Not on the 2 minutes. It's bouncing, is in that void, it's bouncing. This has no, I feel not as coming up. Yeah. But patience. In 2 hours we have that in when the 15-minute close, and it just closed now. We just created a bit in there. We created this. We might have a high stop and go down. Yeah. Then I was thinking the price is being supported, and it's not. Yep. Okay. And that's it for me. So we've just gone to a bit of a loss, unfortunately, but again, it's life. Risk is managed, and yeah, we've taken like just under a 1% loss. So I've got a 10% drawdown daily, 5%, but you never want to get to that point. You want to be trading safe. You want to be trading secure, unless you're a wild beast that completely is amazing. But yeah, like I said, 11 block is important. So you'll see what happens at 11. It might swing, it might not. We'll see. Equal highs have been set. But yeah, I'm looking at this to go lower. I'm looking at everything else to go lower as well. Alright, so again, that's me for the day. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you were able to see that even when you do take losses, it's okay. You manage them, you manage your emotions. There's always tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day. And you just manage it, manage your expectations, and then you sort it. Alright, so have a fantastic day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever it is, whatever time it is for you. Take care of yourselves, trade safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.